good to go.
Good morning. So good to have everyone around. So good to have you all. Good morning, Niwa, Christian, Mr. Olufukeji, Mr. Daniel, and Mr. David. So good to have everyone around. And if this is your first time joining in for the market follow session, you're welcome. And our culture is here, we usually ask us to share the links to this market follow with everyone on our contact list and our various social media platforms, IG, LinkedIn, TikTok, and what have you. Please spread the word and invite as many people as possible. I beg your pardon. Invite as many people as you can so that they can benefit from what is being done here. Right, so this morning we'll be analyzing DXY, Euro USD, and GBP USD. Right after my session, we'll be having CJ coming before us to analyze gold and yen baskets. So sit tight and let us have a jolly good ride this morning. Okay, so we'll just head straight to the chart on the XY monthly time frame. The overall trend is pretty outside. But what are we seeing right now? Price traded into this other block on a monthly time frame, and we are seeing some sort of reaction of that block. I'll be clicking to the right. I'll be clicking right now we're seeing each sort of retracement into this bullish order block on our weekly time frame. So once price gets this bullish order block, I am expecting some sort of a reaction of that point to the upside. And this other block actually coincides with 78.6% fib level, right? So and on our daily time frame too, what are we seeing? Price will take out this high on our daily time frame, and what we saw instead was price taking out this low on our daily time frame, right? So we are seeing structure to the downside on our daily time frame for the XY and for our time frame too, right? It's pretty much the same thing. We keep seeing formation of higher highs and lower highs and lower lows rather, right? And we can actually see that price tapped into this fair value gap on our 4-hour time frame. And once price got into this 4-hour time frame fair value gap, we are seeing some sort of reaction of that point to the downside. And where do I see price going to? I see price taking out this low on our 4-hour time frame. So price is actually targeting this low on our 4-hour time frame. And for our 1-hour time frame, I saw something really interesting. Shoulder sweep break. So during CPI today, right, I'm expecting a sharp move to the upside to trade into this 1-hour shoulder, right? Price will briefly trade into the shoulder and continue itself to the downside. So during CPI today, we should see some move to the upside into the shoulder and then a resumption of the sell on the XY. Right. Then now to GU. For GU on a monthly time frame, what I was seeing, price is breaking lower, right? Structure to the downside, right? We're not seeing any major break to the upside. For a monthly time frame, we have established that GU is a downtrend. And for our monthly time frame too, right? For our weekly time frame, we can also see the price to the downside. And then I look at my fib from point A to point B, right? Price was traded into this resistance level and we are seeing some sort of a reaction of that for a weekly time frame. And for a daily time frame, what I'm seeing, I can see that this high I'm taking out, and I'm seeing structure being formed to the outside for G, right? So if I'm going to plot this entire thing from point A to point B, this entire thing rather, right? You can see that price, traded into 50% level, third of that point, and it's going to the upside, right? 50% level is a good place for price to hold and continue its trend to the upside. And for our time frame to right, if you remember our analysis last week, I said price had taken out this high on our time frame and price was coming into this 4-hour shoulder. So price still has room to trade all the way into this 4-hour shoulder on GU, right? So we should still be looking for buy opportunities on GU and on my 1-hour time frame too, right? Any retracement I see and my base support being formed and continuation and variation on a 5-minute time frame, I will be taking the buy or GU. I bought 50 pips on GU buy yesterday. What I simply saw was my base support formation, continuation, right? And then a variation on a 5-minute time frame. And I took the buy and I bought 50 pips in this way. So if I see a bit of a retracement and a base support formation and continuation being formed for GU, I will be confident to take the buy on GU. Since GU still has room to trade into this 4-hour shoulder, I will be looking out for buy opportunities. Although I'll be trading with caution, since CPI will be released today, I will be trading with caution, of course. But my bias for today, my view on GU for today is a buy to the 4-hour shoulder. I keep hammering on that, right? Keep hammering on that. So once I get to 1.29858, we should be warming up to sell entry on that point. But I am still looking out for the buy, right? GU is a buy to sell, buy to the shoulder and sell off that shoulder. Except of course there is box pattern failure, then we know that the buy in full force, right? Then now to do USD. On a monthly time frame, that consider price to the downside, policy time frame too. Price is also bearish, right? Always plots from 8 from B, right? And then we can see that price is presently mounting up to 78.6% level. Once price gets 78.6% level and holds, you should be running up to slam to USD through the downside. And for daily time frame, so we can see the structure is still the upside for daily time frame, right? And for our time frame too. Someone pointed something to me last week, right? There was a box pattern failure here, so that's the break. Ideally, when price returns to the shoulder, we're expecting that price should react off the shoulder to the downside. But what we saw was price pumping all the way to the upside, right? So there's still room for low USD to keep buying, and that means I can be taking the with USD. And see it shoulder here. The box pattern here. Right. There's a shoulder, there's a sweep, there's a break. So once price returns into the shoulder, one spot 07992. Once price returns into the shoulder, we should be warming up to continue the sell on the buy and the pattern. But for my own entry signature, right? I'll just be looking out for a retracement and then a base support formation. And then I'll be taking it back. But if you trade shoulder, it makes sense for you to wait for price to get into this shoulder on a hard time frame before take the buy or move less right. So this is my outlook for today. It said on the XY, it buy on Shiru and we right. So we'll be looking at perhaps to see when you release this for today. So we're having CPI by 1:30 p.m. Right. This kind of trade caution is very high impact when has factor B to keep you out. Right. So please apply proper risk management. If you have questions at this point, we have sorry about that. If you have questions at this point, please kindly ask the questions while we are present. Right, if there are no questions, if you haven't CJ after this brief break, then we will continue for the day. See you all by 3 p.m. for the New York session and follow. Cheers and God bless.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to the market call. Okay. Hello everyone, good morning and welcome to the market call for today, Wednesday, the 14th of August 2024. We're excited to have you all here. Now we're going to be moving straight to the analysis for gold, and then we'll take the analysis for the yen. Then we'll attend to some questions if there are any. Okay. Right, so the audio is back and it's better. Now let's start the analysis for today. We're starting off with the analysis on the yen. Okay, so we're starting off with the analysis for gold rather, not the yen. So for gold today, I'm expecting some further buys on gold today. And I've been big on seeing gold trade into 2,500 price point since the close of last week. I've been expecting that to happen, and maybe going into this week, we might see that unfold. And one of the things that could so one of the things that could fuel that move to the upside, because 2,500 is upwards of the current price of gold, is the news release today, the CPI news release. So I'm looking to see how CPI is going to inject liquidity for gold into the upside. Although I've been waiting to see how I would want to trade that setup into 2,500 without any injection from news release, so that it's not going to be chaotic. Because one thing that I've known CPI for in the past couple of months of trading is that it doesn't give clear direction immediately. It's going to give some spikes to the upside and to the downside before the market now settles and digests the news release. So I'm expecting something like that to happen. So I would possibly stay out of gold starting off from the New York session. So for the London session, if I see any good entry for gold to the upside, I'll be willing to take it. But the moment we get into the New York session, wherever price is, I'll be exiting all my trades if it has not achieved the objective. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking out for on gold. So generally on gold on the daily time frame, I'm looking forward to seeing gold trade into 2,500 price points, and then when it does so, we can now start looking for further retracement of gold to the downside. By that, we mean we'll start looking for sales on gold to the downside. All right. I know some of us might be concerned about how gold has expanded so much without retracing. Now, even during this expansion, we would still see it further expand, possibly. We'll see it expanding to this 2,500 price point before the proper retracement now starts to mitigate all the levels that it left unmitigated on its way to the upside. Okay, now I'm looking at the 15 minutes time frame. Earlier this morning, I wanted to see a sweep of this liquidity right here on the 15 minutes time frame, but it didn't happen as I expected. So we'll be looking for good and decent retracement for gold before we take that long to the upside. So one thing I'm looking out for is a break of structure right here. So I'm waiting for a break of structure, then a return, then a buy. Okay, something like this is what I'm expecting to happen on gold. So I want to see price break this structure and close above it. Okay, once price breaks the structure and closes above it, I'll be waiting for the next setup on gold. Okay, so I want to see price break above here, return, and then I'll be willing to buy it all the way to this 2,500 price point. If this happens today, I'll be very glad to take on that trade. All right. Well, another thing that could happen again today is we might see gold stall, all right, because of the CPI news release we're expecting. So we might see dollar pairs range for a while during the CPI news. It's now going to start moving in one particular direction. So these two case scenarios are what I'm building up for gold. I'm looking at it stalling within this range from here to here. It has been doing that. Price has not given any clear direction out of this range yet. And this range started yesterday. So I want to see what is going to happen outside of this range going into the remaining parts of today. So I want to see this thing. I want to see this clearly happening before I now make my final decision. But then first bias is for gold to break and close above here, return back here, and then trade into 2,500 points. Second is just to sit out and wait for this range to for price to break out of this range. Then I'll get clear direction on where gold would be going to. Okay. But then when we're saying we want to see gold trade into 2,500 price point, it's for it to be able to give us some decent retracement. I know where we're looking, where price currently is premium of this daily range. So it's also a good place to sell. All right. So it's also a good place to sell. But then we want to see proper market structure that is going to initiate that sell. We just don't want to sell blindly. We want to get proper market structure that would initiate the sale so that we can sell properly and will not just be selling because we feel like selling. Okay, so I hope that analysis is clear. Now let's move over to the yen basket. The yen basket is yet to retrace to our point of interest, so we're still stalling. And this is our point of interest for the yen basket sell. Since it's expanded, we'll be waiting for it to sell into this level. So we've been looking for long positions on yen pairs as a result of expecting this yen basket to sell into this level. Okay, so it hasn't done that. So on the daily time frame, we still have a long way to cover. Now on the hourly time frame, it's looking like the yen basket is now losing some momentum to the downside. It's beginning to stall, it's beginning to range. We're expecting that some injection of liquidity could initiate it to move further to the downside. Maybe some news release or some economic changes that could happen in the Japanese side of things for us to now start seeing further sales. But overall, I'm still big on seeing the yen basket sell into this level before a continuous buy going forward into the remaining parts of the year. Okay, so this is my outlook on the yen basket. Now let's look at GBP JPY. Now, looking at GBP JPY, just a replica of what's going on the yen basket. However, on the GBP JPY, I'm still expecting buys. I'm expecting buys of GBP JPY all the way to this place. Same thing for Euro JPY. I'm expecting buys all the way to this level. Okay, and then for USJPY, I'm also expecting buys all the way to this level. Now, for some of us that are wondering what is in these buys, we did the analysis of that on Friday, so you can watch the recap. It's available on YouTube, so you can understand why we were waiting for the yen basket to trade all the way back to this level. So, seeing that we're expecting those buys, we've been taking buys on GBP JPY since it broke structure on Monday, the 5th of August. All right, so we're still looking for further buys on GBP JPY. I missed one this morning, and that was when GBP JPY came to clear this low. All right, and it formed something that looks like a box pattern right here. We saw something that looks like a box pattern right here with liquidity residing here. Okay, so price traded above. Okay, so we had a left shoulder, price broke structure to the upside. We expected it to come back down here, and it did so earlier this morning around say 4 a.m. Nigerian time or 3 a.m. Yeah. So after the return back here, price started expanding to the upside. This is where I really wanted to buy GBP JPY from, but since it's not filling me in because of timing based on my own geographical location, I would wait for GBP JPY to give me some discounts before I take another buy to the upside. So with this, I'm still telling you guys that I'm very bullish on GBP JPY. I'm waiting for price to give me some decent retracement so that I can look for buys on GBP JPY and then continue trading it to the upside. So if I see any pullback on GBP JPY, I'll be willing to take my buys to the upside. Very similar thing to what we have on Euro JPY. If I see any pullback, I'll be willing to take my buys. Now, Euro JPY looking like it's the strongest among the Euro currencies, which is Euro, USD, GBP. That's Euro and GBP. Euro is looking like a stronger, and based on sentiment, GBP is looking weak for the day. The CPI was released earlier this morning, 7 a.m. Nigerian time. It came out around 2.2, and it's quite low. If you check the news release, that is for on markets forex factory, you see that somewhere around here. Okay, yeah, 7 a.m. CPI 2.2%, lower than expected, and lower than expected, higher than previous month, but then the expectations and forecast is based on what economic professionals have been able to forecast for inflation in the UK. So that release caused GBP generally to nosedive to the downside on most pairs, and we're seeing a weaker GBP compared to Euro. So if you're looking to long anything that has to do with GBP and Euro is going to be the most preferred long. So for that reason, I'm looking out for a Euro USD buy more than I'm looking out for a GBP USD buy. I'm also looking out for a Euro JPY buy more than I'm looking out for a Euro USD buy. So if you can mix all that together to make sense of it. But in summary, what I'm saying is that I want to buy Euro JPY, and I'm looking for a good place to see price, give me some discount, and then I'll be willing to buy. Now, the levels I'm looking to see price return to, one is this level right here, and I want to drag it all the way down so that it covers this other block right here. And this is the breaker block, because you can see how the other block here was not filled, instead it was violated to the upside. So I'm expecting to see price trade into this level, and then I'll be looking to long Euro JPY to the upside. Okay, so this is my analysis on Euro JPY for today. For USD JPY, I would most likely prefer to stay out of USD JPY. If I see a better trade on Euro JPY, I'll take it compared to taking a trade on USD JPY, because I'm expecting to see some price move in ways that I would not prefer, because in this kind of scenarios, we'll see USD JPY, especially grabbing stop or making stop hunt moves to the upside and to the downside because of the US news that we're expecting today. So I want to trade a non-US related pair or a non-US based or quoted pair, so that even when the news affects it, it's not going to affect it as much as it would when we trade a US related pair. So I'm more big on Euro JPY trade for today than any other trade. All right. So we've shown you the levels where we're expecting Euro JPY to trade to, and where we're expecting GBP JPY, yes, Euro JPY especially, to trade to before we take our trade. Okay. So at this point, we want to take questions if there are any. Someone says, can we check sentiment on GU? Yes, I already explained that. Because of the news release on GBP US in the UK, CPI news release today, we are seeing a weaker GBP compared to other currencies, Euro, USD, and JPY. So we're seeing a weaker GBP compared to all those. So if you are pairing any trade and you have GBP and Euro side by side, I would rather take a Euro, because we have a stronger Euro on the start of the London session compared to GBP. Okay, so I hope that question has been answered. If there are any other questions, you can ask the questions here, or you can ask it in the Market Color group on Telegram or on the YouTube channel. For those who are streaming via YouTube, you can ask in the comment section and we're going to answer you immediately. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today's market color. The next market color for today is going to be holding post CPI, which is around 3 p.m. Nigerian time. So you can set your calendar, set your alarms, and make sure you join the market color. Now, if you want to also understand how to trade sentiments just like we do, you can do well to sign up for our sentiment course, which we call the value flow models. These models teach you how to analyze the dollar, how to analyze the pound, how to analyze gold, how to analyze the yen, and any other currency that you prefer to analyze. It gives you clear sentiment and clear direction of these currencies, so that you'll be able to trade it with better confidence, knowing that you are in the overall direction of the market and the big market players. Okay, so do well to sign up for our value flow model. Send a message to us on our WhatsApp number 081 6099 5030, or you send a message to us through our various social media channels on YouTube, WhatsApp. You can also send on Instagram, and we'll reply you immediately. Okay, until we meet again by 3 p.m. My name is CJ. Stay safe, trade cautiously. Cheers, and God bless.